Hey y'all, hey. That was like I don't know what that was. So I'm coming to you live from my dining room in this wonderful chalk wall that we had. Yeah, shout out to the Buffalo, to Lo, for giving me this idea. Yeah, so how are things going for me? Last time I told you all about kind of how I feel about LA so far. Still same sentiments. But oh hey, my little sister is watching. Hello. So last time I was telling y'all a little bit about how I feel about LA. Those sentiments haven't changed very much. Community here in LA is very interesting. But I'm here today to talk about how I'm transitioning with work. And basically I had this grand idea. I was like, hey, yo, work, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to build my business. Then I was like, I'm going to need some money for my business. So congratulations to me, but I got a job. What day was that? Thursday. Yeah, and I'm going to be working with high schoolers through the Big Brother, Big Sister organization. Man, now I'm like, should I be telling my business exactly where I'm working at? I don't know. But either way, I'm still going to be getting my business off the ground and working for said organization. But what's important to me is that I'm able to create and use my talents in the way that I see fit, and also still create my own stuff, because working for people is cool, but I'm at the point in my life where I really like to have my own stuff. So yes, thankful for the new job. Also still going to be focusing on me. You feel me? The kittens are doing well. I'm in the process of finding them homes. I've put them on a number of websites. I'm actually looking for someone to adopt one and another person to foster the cat that I would like to keep for at least half a year or a year. But basically, y'all like my shirt? It's cute or no? But basically, those are some of the transitions. About to start work in August. So until then, I'll be doing like a lot of cool little odds and ends jobs. And so that should be fun. This past weekend, I fixed beverages for people at a gathering, shall we call it. Some people may call it a party. So that's what I did this past weekend, and I made a little dough, you know, made a little dough. As far as my business that is coming, I don't want to tell you in too much detail because it's about to be, you know, all my social medias. Just know it will be electronically based. And that's what I would say. If none of you have ever heard of Restorative Justice, that's what I've been doing for the past few years. So before I moved to California, I was working at a high school that was Restorative Justice based. And you're asking, what is Restorative Justice? You know how like people are like, FTP, I don't care about the police. The justice system it's whack. There's no rehabilitation, right? See, the thing about restorative justice, right, is that it's really about focusing on relationships. So there's three main components: community building, right, conflict resolution, and reentry, right? So what's going to be important about community building is like just helping people build better relationships with people, so that when, because there's always going to be conflict, when you have a conflict in your relationship, you know how to work through those things. And that could be, for instance, right, in a community, like if someone hurts another person, it could be a violent act, right? How does the community come together to not only hold that person accountable, but make sure that the person who was harmed is in a healing space and can be healed and can voice and can be heard in the space? And that's kind of what restorative justice does. That's not the only thing that it does. But that's what I've like within schools. A lot of the stuff that I've been doing has been mediation, conflict resolution, also community building with like teachers in their classroom, training administrators in schools how to really not only be better leaders, but by being better leaders, that means that you have better relationships with not only your students, but your staff, right? And so that's a lot of the work that I've been doing. Again, before I came here, I was working in a restorative justice focused school, right? So that does include like community circles. That does include, and I'm gonna put a link to a video, or I might just make a whole new video about just like RJ and restorative. That's just a little glimpse, because I don't want to give too much. I want to make my own video about that. You know what I mean? But that's the work I'm looking to do. And I'm looking to do that in a hood near you. You feel me? In a hood I live in. Because by the way, I live in South Central, which is interesting. It's like really interesting to be like, yo, I remember being a little kid and like hearing about South Central and like also like watching all of these like cult favorite films, like Black films, right? Where like they're in South Central and like it's a lot of stuff popping off and you're like, oh man, you know, and then you kind of get here, and not that it don't be stuff that's popping off. I don't see my fair share of things since I've been here, and I haven't been here that long. But it's just really, really wild to be like, hey, yo, like now I live in South Central, like the very place that I have been hearing about my whole life in all of these movies when you hear about LA, right? I was just like in Compton last night. I went to the movie theater, and then like Compton's like oddly suburban. Like if you think of like an East Coast suburbs, like it looks like that, but it's Compton. And then you like, wait, this is the hood, but it doesn't have the same physical appearance as a hood would have in the East Coast. So it kind of throws you off, honestly. You're like, what? I'm in the hood? That's a strip mall over there. That's a mall right there. I'm in the hood? Like that kind of situation. I would say what I can compare it to when it comes to, I don't know. It just looks like your typical suburb, but it's not a suburb because like physically it is, but like culturally it's not, because like real stuff be popping off. It gets Poppington. So that's been really like checking in that transition, like, yo, like, whoa. Because Oakland, like how it physically looks is very reminiscent and can be very reminiscent of like an East Coast city. It's like a centralized city where the downtown is centralized, and then you have the east and the west and the south and the north and all that stuff. So it just like visually, it's more certainly like East Coast built city. But like you come to LA, and LA is like, wait, this Compton? Whoa, that person's yard is neatly manicured and looks nice. Hold on. It's basically, it's deceitful, right? Because you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, la-di-da, this is not good. And then you see some real shit, and you'll be like, oh, wow, this is actually really the hood. But I just wanted to give my observations on that. But I think if a lot of people come to LA, they will see that same observation, especially if you come from the East Coast. I I have mainly been chilling in the house, to be honest, like just like getting my self together, kind of like getting my mind together how I need to, working on my business. I'm hoping to be working on a website really soon, because all the knowledge is here, and I want to be able to give y'all some trainings too. All kinds of things. So I'm really excited about this business venture. I'm really excited about this transition into really becoming my own boss and building relationships with people in LA. Like I got in an Uber the other day, and we picked up this guy. I want to say it was from some projects, right? So we get in and we have a conversation or whatever, and I started telling him about restorative justice, and he's like, "Oh, whoa!" He's like, "Yo, the hood really need that. Like, I'm hella into that. Like, I'm trying to like do that." I'm like, "Yeah, because restorative justice is indigenous work. Like, this is the work that our forefathers, our ancestors were doing. They wasn't putting people in jails because they were like, oh wait, as a community member, like." Yes, this person is accountable for what they've done, but I'm accountable as a community member to walk them through this, to help them through this, and to help the person who was harmed through this, right? But when we start relying on jails, that got a little bit different. But this is basically the conversation was dope, and I was on my way to the interview to the job that I got on Thursday, which I think is going to be really cool. Can I just say that? I think it's gonna be super duper cool. But basically the program connects young ladies from the hood, or you know, they like to say low income. I actually hate when people say that, like low income families. Like, okay, dude, they human though. Like, but yeah, it connects young women who live in the hood, live in whatever hood it might be, and connects them to successful women in the entertainment industry. So some of the girls will be going to like ABC or like different movie studios. It depends on who the person is that's mentoring them, right? So I'm really excited about that. I'll be doing more like administrative work, which I feel like I need a break. And I need a break because from schools in particular, because I just need y'all to know that it is not an easy thing to work in education. Like, it's a very difficult thing, especially when you see and are hyper aware of the injustice that is the education system, and just how heavily it relies on reinforcement from, you know, police and punitive systems. Like, it's just really heartbreaking sometimes and really difficult to see people who look directly like you, young people, brown and black people, just young people of color, or even just, you know, being treated in ways that you know are institutionally and systematically unjust. Like, it takes a toll on a person, you know. And so I came here not only to create my own business, but also to do some healing for myself. So I'm really excited because July 10th, I'm gonna meet with this group that I'm a part of. It's called somatics. It's a somatics group, right? So somatics is basically body work, right? And working through trauma through your body. And so I'm really excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm also like, I mean, I'm a little nervous because like I was talking about like somatics work with my best friend who just went to a conference in Detroit, right? Allied Media Conference, which I hear is dope, and I need to go. Ooh, ooh. Not I don't need to go. I will be going next year. But just speaking that into existence. But basically, he did a lot of somatics work there, and he was just like, oh my God, like what it did for me and my body, and how much I didn't realize how much tension and trauma I was holding in my body. And like, I think it's so important to understand that trauma does not manifest here. You know what I mean? It's not always in your head. Like it manifests through your body. And for the past year, I have been working in a very highly stressful school environment, which I saw as a really, it was a very violent school environment. And people like to say that violence is only physical. I'm definitely in the know that that's not the case. And violence can look so many different ways, and sometimes in very passive ways that we internalize and think that are normal. But basically, oh, hey, Selena, I did shout you out. My little sister is saying hi to me. Hey, girl. Yes, that's my little sister, Selena. She let me start her YouTube page soon because her parents are going to help her and monitor the page. But hi, Selena. But yeah, it's just really important to take care of yourself and your body, and understand that trauma and stress will manifest through your body. So do the work that you need to do so that you can do that, because it definitely took a toll on me. And that's why I'm so happy to be here. And like, I got to see my cousin this past weekend. I wanted to go to my uncle's retirement party. Did not get a chance to do that. Feeling pretty bad about that. But like, if I keep on saying that to myself, then it's just not gonna. So I'm not gonna. Yeah, I will see him soon. But basically, I'm happy to be here because I have family here. I haven't lived in the same city as family, y'all. In 10 years, I have not lived in the same city as my family. Like, so like to be like, oh my goodness, like I have some family in the city that I'm living in, even though the distance that I'll have to travel is pretty like, I'm sorry, I just had a thought. I'm like, wait, I should have just visited my family more when I lived in Buffalo. It was 45 minutes away. Why do I do these things? Oh God. But either way, I mean, I have family here, but they live like, some live in the valley, some live and if you know anything about LA is like traffic central. I think it's because there's a lot of people, but my number one reason why I think it is because guess what? People in LA can't drive. I didn't say that, but they can't drive. They can't drive, and this is why. This adds to why it's always traffic, So whoever lied to you and they say that's not the case is the truth. But either way, something that's 20 minutes can become an hour away. So, but I did get to see my cousin the other night. I was hecka excited about that. I'm looking forward to seeing family more while I'm here. So that's been my transition. I don't know. Can the people who are watching, do you have any questions, like in particular about for like me? I know my little sister's here. I'm not sure who the second person is because I didn't see. But if y'all have questions while I'm on live right now, that would be pretty dope. I mean, do y'all like the new wall? I just found an editing app that I'm gonna start editing, and like, I like doing the lives, but I wanna like get my little editing skills up. You know what I mean? I wanna have a little song in the back and all that little cute stuff that all the little YouTubers be having. But my YouTube is really my process and being transparent about my process and moving out here and my healing process. And I want to focus my page on those things and hoping that like the things that I talk about here will help other people through things, or even lift their spirits, whatever the case might be. I'm not really trying to, I don't in particularly have in mind like, oh, I'm trying to make thousands of dollars off of YouTube. Like, I mean, like, it'll be cool, but like my focus is to be like, hey, like, online forums are so important to humans right now. How can I reach other people? And this is why I made my YouTube. To be like, hey, people are on YouTube all day. They're on Instagram all day. I know, because people watching my stuff. You know what I mean? I'm still building up the people here on YouTube, but people like pictures and watch the Instagram stuff, you know, so I'm just like, okay, somebody's watching, which makes me really excited, because it's like, wow, this is then an opportunity to connect with people in better ways, in more ways. And it's like, I can either see this surge of technology be like, oh, this is it's ruining human connection. Or I can say, wow, this is an opportunity to build human connection in a different way, right? That people are really into right now, right? Because how often do we come online to really heal? You know, social media, we have these spaces right now and we need to capitalize on them in the way that is going to be beneficial for all of us. Well, it seems like I don't have no questions, with 2 people watching me. So, and I just wanted to tell y'all the first 2 people to watch me, because usually I do my lives and nobody knows I'm doing my live, and I just tell people afterwards. So I want to thank y'all for watching. I feel like, I don't know if there's anything else I should cover. Do y'all like this background? Should the flowers stay? I had these things, but they seem a little morbid. Shout out to my roommate. She has all these cool things. But I don't know. Should I have like a should I do like a stand, like, who that? Oh, somebody just said shout out to me. Oh, you sweet. Who that is though? I want to know who that is. Hey, thanks. Who that? I'm looking good. Oh, thanks. I want to say you're looking good too, but I'm not actually sure who you are right now, but I appreciate the love. Yeah, but I don't know. Should I keep this background? Yeah, I love this part, flower, all that. You know, because I'm trying to like make it more official of a thing. Also, I don't want to keep on just randomly babbling, but I did want to come and give just a recap on my transition and that I have a job now. Man, it's cool. Man. Well, I'm not there yet, and but it's a job, and it will be working with young people and helping young people get to a certain point that they want to be in, and that's just exciting to me always. Because I really love young people. I think they're very important to, you know how people are like always like saying about, okay, tangent, I'm going off on another tangent. You know, people always are like, young people are future. But then I'm just like, but young people are present and they're important to the present. Like, if we're always thinking about young people as beneficial to the future, then are we really appreciating them in the current moment, and are we really valuing who they are at the moment and what they have to offer at the moment, right? I'm not like, if we're always waiting for young people to be better people, instead of just being like, actually, you have something to offer me right now, then what is the point, you know? So how I look at young people is in the present moment. You're not just the future. You are the present. You are important to the present because you have a lot to say. I really believe young people, you know, they're really unfiltered. They're really intuitive. And if you ask me, a lot of adult people need that in their life. So I appreciate young people not only for being our future, but also being the present. And so that's why I'm excited about this new job, so that I can do all in my power to help young people in reaching whatever goal is important to them. Okay, hey, how you doing? The guy who played the old school music on your mom's bus. You're my mom's friend then, right? Oh, thank you. My mom's friend is watching me on the YouTube. And my little sister. Shout out again to Selena. Because you are the present, not just the future. So I'm going to end this video. I really appreciate the 2 people who watched my video. I'm mad excited about it. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the transitioning to LA, how I'm feeling about things right now. Really been chilling and centering myself in like the ideas that I have festering here and trying to manifest all of them into the physical. And so I'm excited. Peace out.